guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna explain things you can do when you just owned a new sketchbook. This is my new sketchbook, and one of the things that I first did was create a cover, which is something you can see right here. So that is also something that I really think is something that you should start with when you get a sketchbook, because when you look at this sketchbook, you're motivated to fill in the whole thing. So what I first did was create a little thumbnail of what I wanted to do as a cover, and I was immediately really in love with it. So that's what I did. But I really think this is a good way to start a sketchbook. One of the second things that I really think is something you should do when you just started a sketchbook is to pick themes. So I picked the theme eyes, and I just doodled things from Pinterest or from my own brain. What you can do with eyes, I did the most with makeup and stuff, so I pick a theme. Another thing that I really think is good when improving ink art is to search an image of, by example, I picked images of flowers, is to look at that image and just go with a black fine liner on your page, and don't be really detailed, don't be like that, just really rough lines. This really improves your inking, and to draw without drawing with pencil first. This is really something that I enjoy doing. I really enjoy doing some things like this, and it really improves your artistic skills as well. Another thing that I really recommend is doing this. This is from my old sketchbook, and it is to take a newspaper, for example, or a paper that you can get from stores where you can buy random items, whatever. And you pick one of those, and then you cut it in two with scissors, of course, and then you use the half to paste it on your paper, and the other half you have to fill in with whatever medium you prefer. I used mediums that I wouldn't normally use. I used watercolors and
Another thing
pencil.
that you can really do is this method. It is when you are in art block and don't know what to fill in your sketchbook.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I really
what you need is
now.
a sketchbook,
And it is because of this I found
a
out
bottle
my
of
passion
water
for
or just water,
watercolors.
ink.
So yeah,
and
try using other
pen.
mediums as well. Sometimes in your sketchbook,
you don't really
it helps you find out
and
what you prefer or something new
brush
that you get to learn.
Then you do water in your cup, and also your ink with a little bit of drops. Just a few ink drops will be enough. Then you mix it, and you open up your sketchbook, and just don't think too much about it. Just create random blobs, and you'll be fine. When that's done, you have your paper filled with random blobs, and you let it dry. And then you look if you can see any figure or anything inside of one of those blobs, and then you line it out or fill it in with what you see inside of the blob. So I just saw a scarf, and so I lined out a scarf. When your drawing is not dry, you'll see that it won't be so neat and beautiful. This is my example. So make sure it is dry enough. And then you continue and try to fill in all of the blobs. You don't actually have to fill in everything because that is like really understandable. So sometimes when you don't see anything in it, come back to it later when you see something in it. You can also just create something outside of the blob, something that fits with it. Like I did a little wand and some sparks. And so then you fill in with this method the whole page. This is something that I used when I was in 2nd grade of middle school. My art teacher made us do this and then create like a different piece with all of the objects that we saw inside of the art, and then we made a different drawing because of this. So that's also something you can do.
When you have done the last step, you can fill in random pages with these blobs, these black ink blobs, because when you like get in one of those pages, you're like, oh yeah, I have to search for things inside of these blobs. And it is mostly when you're in art block, this really helps.